The world's first ever football match was played in 1872 between England and Scotland. And in that match, Scotland played a 2-2-6 formation. So today, I am taking over Real Madrid, and we are playing El Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. And I am going to be playing this match using the 2-2-6 formation until I win. So essentially, I'm going to be replaying this match as many times as I need to until we can win with a 2-2-6 formation. I have no idea how many replays this is going to take, but we'll see how we do. So the funny thing about using a 150-year-old formation is that it's effectively impossible to input a 2-2-6 formation into Football Manager. So we're going with a 2-2-3-3 essentially. This is as close as I can get to the original formation. So we've got three forwards up top here with three attacking midfielders and essentially kind of two inside forwards behind them, so that we have a front six. And then we have two mid/defensive mids and two central defenders. So this is the formation we're going to be working with. And during the process of these attempts, I can change the roles. I can attempt to change how the players play. I can change our mentality, but I can't change the formation in any way. So I can't move these players out here. So even though this is still kind of technically a 2-2-6 formation, can't do that. They've got to be playing in the center, and I can't move these players around. This is the formation we're working with, and from there, we got to try to win by changing the roles, changing how the players play, changing the team mentality until we can beat Barcelona. Let's see how this goes. All right, so to give us some baseline for how this is going to go, we're going to start the first match by just playing it as I think the 2-2-6 formation, kind of the base way that it can be implemented in Football Manager. So just two central defenders on defend, two defensive midfielders on defend, and everyone else on attack duty. And then we're going to try to make this work as best as we can. So to do that, we're going to go for, we have to win. Like, a draw doesn't count, a loss doesn't count. We have to win to end this challenge. So I'm going with a positive mentality. I think that's going to give us the best chance to win. As far as players' instructions are concerned, we want to try to have the ball. We need to have as much of the ball as we can. So I am going to play out of defense. But, and this might be counterintuitive to what I just said, we want to play out the defense because we don't want to just go gung-ho forward. But we are going to go direct and higher tempo. I think that with these front six, we're going to have so many players trying to run behind that we just need to go for it. I should probably turn on pass into space too, but I'll maybe do that for a later iteration. I'll also have my players be a little bit more expressive. We're definitely going to counter and counter press with the numbers we have forward. I think that's the right thing to do. And we might as well push the defensive line up. There's no point in moving the defensive line back here and like having all this space for defenders to, get into the wide areas here. So I'm going to go with the double hire for now. I think that generally works the best in Football Manager, and we'll see what we can do. And unsurprisingly, the first opportunity of the match early on going to Barcelona here as they look to work the ball side to side. Once they break our initial press down the width here, this is going to be the issue with this formation. Not having fullbacks means they're going to get in with their wide players just as they've done very easily. And Ansu Fati playing in that wide left role scores. The outlet ball to Rafinha, and then the ball through to Ansu Fati. That is going to be our biggest issues with this formation. All right, can we make things happen here with the wacky formation? We do have numbers up front, and this is what we're going to try to do. Valverde playing it through here. We got the numbers. We got players getting in behind. Mbappe's in. Mbappe's hit the post. Oh, he was offsides. That could have been it. And we are backed up here. Can we get the ball out? Can we play it out? No, we can't play it out. That's really poor from Bellingham. I guess he didn't have options. That's a good save from Courtois. That might be an issue given that we have so many players up top. Maybe we don't have any players to connect with possession playing from the back. Corner goes in though. We're able to get it clear. Danger averted for now. It is pretty much all Barcelona in the early stages here. They're getting through the wide areas, and we've just allowed a pen. Is there VAR? There is VAR. Come on, give us something here. That's not going to help us. If we're going to win with this formation, we need to play a perfect game. And allowing pens and allowing them to score off of pens like that. I mean, we're moving towards a loss here. We're going to play this full match, but I think this is going to be a loss. We've got to find something to build off of tactically. And we do have the numbers forward here. So going long, playing that little direct ball. Actually, we're in here. We're in. Oh, we have, what a block. Valverde here. We're a little too central. We need a bit more width as Ter Stegen wins it. We needed more width there. We were a little bit too funneled centrally in the attack. I think that could have been something here, but we'll go again. And it's, again, just a little too central. But Mbappe, you got to score that one. He's off sides again. We moved into the early stages of the second half here. Rafinha was off sides, but again, that out to in run from the wingers on Barcelona, that's going to be the danger for us. But can we build out of the back here? We should. Think we can build out of the back. We might have the numbers to do that. Rudiger here playing into Tchouaméni. We're having a bit of a tough time here. But actually, Bellingham might be the outlet. We've worked it out well. If Bellingham can sit in and do that, that's not bad. We're so central. Tchouaméni, get around the outside. If we had more players on the... What a play! That's offsides. That's a goal. Oh, come on. Don't be offsides. Don't be offsides. I think we've seen something, and maybe if we can play a little bit wider and get crosses in, that could be a move for us. And it is on sides. Let's go. All right, Barcelona playing out here, and our front six winning it. When we can win the ball high up the pitch, we can do something, but that didn't end up working out too well, fortunately for Vinicius. And we've won it there. I'll tell you what, the high press might actually work for us at points here. That's something we can build off of. Actually, could we get back into the game here? No. No, we cannot. All right, once again, Barcelona trying to exploit the widths, but Vinny getting back there. Can we work the ball out of the back now? Actually, we're working out well. Bellingham seems to be the outlet in that attacking mid role. And Mbappe, we're too central. It forces us to dribble out wide. If we can get width better. Wait a minute. Oh my, do we have a pen? Oh, whoa. We could get back into this right at the death. A draw would be amazing. No! Are you serious? Man, that's really how the match ended. A 2-1 loss, but honestly, we played all right. And I think we have some things to look forward to moving into our next attempts. All right, so honestly, attempt number one did not go terribly. I think we can have some hope moving into attempt number two here. Now, I think really the biggest change I'm going to make for attempt number two is a couple things. One, I am going to turn on that pass into space. I like the opportunities to get in behind the defense. So I'm going to turn that on. Everything else I'm keeping the same. I think there's some good stuff here. And the last thing I'm going to do is we were quite narrow moving forward. I think you guys might have seen that. With the two inside forwards, I think everything was too bunched up in this direction here. So what we're going to do is, for this second attempt, I'm going to turn on wingers here on attack. That way they're more likely to stay wide. And what I'm going to do is, in possession, I've moved this up to fairly wide now. So I think by having this to fairly wide and playing two wingers on attack, that's going to allow us to use more of that final third space, right? So now Valverde isn't going to be clogged up into the space that Rodrigo is in. Endrick isn't going to be clogged up in the space that Vinny's in. So that's going to allow us to essentially create a front five is what I'm hoping. And we'll be able to utilize that space better, maybe get in some crosses. We have so many players. I mean, we have 4 players here making runs into the box. Hopefully Valverde and Endrick will be able to find them. So by going a little bit wider, turning on pass into space and playing with wingers, I want to see us do a little bit better in the attacking third. I want to see us get some goals. If we're going to win this match, it's not going to be winning 1-0. It's going to be winning 5-4. So let's see if any of these changes help us out a little bit. All right, here we go again. First opportunity once again goes to Barcelona. Oh, can't win the second ball. Actually, good job winning the first ball, and once again it goes out wide. I gotta fix how we defend out wide. That's clearly gonna be crucial here. Rafinha, and we got an early goal. We gotta fix that. That is going to be the most important thing to fix about this formation. I guess I didn't really talk about it in the first game, but another key component of the tactic is going to need to be not allowing goals off of set pieces. It's already hard enough to defend. That's a great save from Courtois. Like it's already hard enough to defend with the formation we have, so we need to be perfect on corners and set pieces and things like that because we just need to limit allowing stupid goals. Well done, Courtois. That's something we need more of. Well, moving into the second half, this is our first highlight of the game. We've been pretty poor, to be honest. I don't know if my changes, the very few I've made, have worked so far. Oh, Rodrigo is nearly in. And now they'll get a chance to move forward. We got to win this. Well done. Camavinga there. Valverde, good outlet. That's a good ball in. This is where we have numbers. Can we get the cross in? Got it in. And we found the back of the net. Mbappe scored. Oh, could we sweat a goal? Could we sweat a win out? Oh, if we could end this right now with a sweaty victory, that would be amazing. And Barcelona have a kickoff highlight. And they immediately use the width, and they immediately use the width again. And a good save. Oh, they've scored. That is demoralizing. Bellingham just got injured. That is hugely disappointing for us, given how important Bellingham is. I'll try Luka Modric there. All right, Barcelona playing it forward. Tchouaméni winning it well. Modric. He's a bit slow to be playing in that position. And now they're countering. And they've got all that room on the width. I gotta fix the defense on the width. And it goes in, and they've scored. All right, we're not going to win this game. There's no point in continuing it. I'm just going to end it here, and let's move to the next attempt. There's no hope for the rest of this match. All right, so that second attempt went really poorly. I think that was worse than the first attempt. So with that in mind, we're keeping with the 2-2-6 here, but I am making some very drastic changes to our formation or to our tactic. I'm turning off pass into space, but keeping everything else the same. I think at this point, we have enough getting in behind that I don't need to force pass into space. And I think maybe it was a little bit detrimental to our build-up play. So I'm turning that off. Everything else is staying on, though. I think we've been surprisingly okay defensively, given the formation. But we can be better, so I'm making a few changes now. First, you can see here the front six is much different than it was. So Bellingham, I'm changing him to an advanced playmaker on support. As an advanced playmaker on support, one of the places with that pass into space that I think we were going wrong is build-up play. So we need to connect this 4 with this 6 a lot better. The ways that I want to do that is first, advanced playmaker on support here. So hopefully that means he's going to drop into this space a little bit more. And then 2 deep lying forwards on support in Endrick and Rodrigo. Hopefully, if Bellingham drops here, they'll drop into this space, and that's going to help us with our build-up play more. Since Endrick is dropping into this space, I'm going to keep Vinny then as an inside forward on attack, and I'm switching those 2 positions. That way, Endrick can drop in here, and Vinny can make that move in here to get in behind. Mbappe remains an advanced forward on attack, and we'll keep Valverde as a winger on attack, because I think that suits him a little bit better. The last 2 major changes I'm going to make, I'm making quite a few changes here. Now I want to make some changes defensively. We need to do that. So, first things first, everyone up top now, we're taking a page out of the World Cup winners book. Tackle harder on every single one of these players. This way, we're getting some really solid pressing up front. Maybe the advanced forwards weren't doing a whole lot. So all of the top 6 players here have tackle harder get on. But, and I think this is going to be the most important thing, and this is a thing that I've been thinking about before, but now we're going to implement, are 2 wide players and Bellingham here in the central attacking mid role are going to have man marking on. So for our wide players here, and this is Vinicius Jr. right now, they're going to mark. So we know now we've played 2 matches against Barcelona. They're going to play a 4-2-3-1. So we are going to have them mark the opposing winger on their side. So for Vinicius Jr., he's on the left. This is going to be their AMR. And for Valverde, he's on the right. This is going to be their AML. And what I'm hoping here, I don't actually know how this is going to work in, this is just in theory. I don't know how this is going to work in the match engine. But what I'm hoping is in the attacking roles, they will maintain these high positions. But in the defensive roles, because we have the man marking, they will drop back and essentially create kind of a back four, or maybe like a 2 and then a 4 here type formation. I'm not sure how that's exactly going to look, but that's what I'm hoping for. And the other thing is too, so they're playing a 4-2-3-1, so we want Camavinga and Tchouaméni helping here. So Bellingham, I've just got him marking the central midfield role. So hopefully Bellingham will drop here and we'll have kind of a 4-3-3 type formation when we're in defense because of the man marking. But then in attack, we'll see this 2-2-6 happen a little bit more. So all in all, hopefully by incorporating the support roles and having more deep lying players in the front positions, we'll be able to do better in possession when we have the ball. And there's going to be more options to play out of the back here. And then by having these 3 in man marking roles, hopefully that's going to give us a little bit more defensive solidity, especially in these wing areas. I think these are important for them to get back. I'll also note you might be wondering, why didn't I have Camavinga and Tchouaméni maybe go out to those wide positions and mark them? The reason for that is because Football Manager does like to go through the middle a little bit. The AI will exploit the middle. So if I move these 2 out wide, then Bellingham's going to essentially be 1-on-3, and all 3 of those players are going to be in these areas behind him. So to prevent that from happening, I'm going to try to put Valverde and Vinny back and still maintain control of the center. All right, hopefully those changes make sense. We'll see if they work or not, but let's see if we can get a victory here. And this is the first attempt where we actually have the first opportunity. I mean, if we could get a goal off a set piece, that would help us out a lot. The highlight continues here, actually. And oh, what a tackle from Camavinga. I was just about to get annoyed because Vinny's supposed to be man marking him. But what a tackle from Camavinga. And can we play out of the back a little bit better now? Okay, maybe playing out of the... What just happened? I don't even know what just happened. This is a chance to see whether we actually play the ball out of the back better or not. And we're actually we moved it into the deep lying forward there. And Rodrigo dropping in, I think, okay, maybe we can play out of the back a little bit better now. Rodrigo playing it in. This is a chance. Valverde, Rodrigo, it's off the post. What an opportunity. That was so much better playing out of the back than we've done, though. And a chance for Barcelona here, but we can see we have a lot more players back now. I think that man marking is working. I mean, even on the left-hand side, we can see Valverde and Vinicius Jr. back there. And Vinicius Jr. winning the ball. We would not have done that in the previous attempt. And we've lost it, though. But that was better defending. And look at Valverde getting back. And it's a great save from Courtois. I mean, that wasn't perfect, but we're seeing positive signs within there. Much more positive defending, much better tracking back and man marking. I think we might be on to something here. It would be so lovely to just sneak a goal in off a corner here. Mbappe putting it in. Goes out here. Vinicius Jr. back to Mbappe. Camavinga blocked well. Scored! Oh, we have snuck one in, an own goal off of the deflection. This is our first lead. This is our first lead of all the attempts. This could this be it? We're gonna allow a goal. We'll need more than one. I think their goal has given us a bit of confidence here. Valverde in, getting the cross in, back post here. Vinicius Jr. can't win it, but Camavinga's in a good position. And we can work it in here. No, we can't. But we have numbers. We got the 4. We got the box of 4 back here. They can't go through the middle. We are playing it forward so much better. Mbappe scored. It's 2-0. That was such brilliant build-up play. Is he offsides? No, don't be offsides. 2 goal. We need that second goal. We do have the second goal. We are leading 2-0. This could be the moment. We're approaching halftime here. We can't allow a goal. They go out on the wits here. They're in. That should have been a goal. That should have definitely been a goal for Barcelona. The ball's with Ter Stegen here. It'll be interesting to see if we press a little bit better now that everyone has get stuck in on. But you can see here we're not pressing with the 6 like Vinicius. You can see Vinicius Jr. back there, and Valverde's back on the other side, and we've won the ball. Our defending is so much. We're in such better positions now. That's a great ball in. Vinicius Jr. We've scored. It's 3. No, he's offsides. Why did I realize that so late? And it's halftime. And we're actually in the better team in a good position. Could this be it? We have got to be strong on set pieces, boys. Got to be strong. Well cleared. We got numbers. Let's go. On the counter. We've got numbers. Great ball. Hendrick, what a ball into Rodrigo. How have you missed that? We have genuinely created the majority of the chances in this game. That's a great ball in behind. We have the numbers there. We're in. We're in again. We actually had a chance again. And now they've got the counter. But we're actually getting numbers back. Look at Vinicius Jr. tracking back. That is not something we would have seen in the last few matches. And Courtois nearly made a huge mistake there. But again, I like the defending better here. And we have another chance. Let's build out of the back. Let's see what we've got here. Camavinga. It's so much better. It's so much better. We have the triangles. Bellingham, advanced playmaker and support into the deep lying forward. Everything's working. What a finish. What a goal. Is he offsides? We're going to have a VAR check. I mean, we could be up 4-0 at this point. Goal disallowed. The match is still in balance. We could have put this away by now. And another corner. And again, if we can stay strong here, there's been quite a few corners. And can we get away here? We can get away. I'll tell you what, the counter-attacking opportunities are. Vinicius Jr. skinned him. Find the back of the net. What a goal that could have been. It could be one of those instances where we just got Barcelona when they're playing poorly, but I feel like we've dominated this game. Like, we have been the better team by far, creating the better chances. Barcelona have only had 1 or 2 really good chances, but I feel like we could be 3 or 4 up right now. And once again, we have an opportunity. Hendrick's not in. Did I speak too soon? As they looked at counter. But again, we have the numbers back. Look at Vinicius Jr. getting back here. He's not very good in the tackle, but he's back. And I might have spoken too soon here. Good save from Courtois. Good step there. We're off on the counter again. We are off. Vinicius Jr. on the counter has been brilliant with the pace. Out wide to Valverde. We're in. We're going to score. How has Rodrigo not scored? For all the good work we've done, I mean, if Barcelona score all of a sudden, it's very nerve-wracking. And if they come back and draw, I mean, the attempts continue. That would be devastating. We got numbers back, but they still have more numbers than us moving forward. Wow. I thought for sure they had scored. And he wasn't offsides. We are so lucky. I guess we've been lucky. They've been lucky. I feel like we could score a lot more here. I still feel like we've been the better team. Good win from Camavinga. That's a great ball. Valverde! We just need one to definitely win. Just one more. We are in injury time. I'm putting up the time wasting. This is it. This is it. We're going to do it. This is it. This is the challenge full time. We've won. We have won with the 2-2-6 formation. We've won and we dominated. This actually worked. The challenge is over. I cannot believe that worked. I was genuinely planning on doing about 10 matches. We won with the 2-2-6 formation in 3 matches. That's insane. I genuinely can't believe that this worked. If you guys want to see me try this over the course of a whole season, like test this tactic over the course of a whole season, let me know. Because the fact that we won one game, I'm I'm kind of wondering if this would actually work now. I mean, granted, this is with Real Madrid, who are an amazing team. They have an amazing front six, and they have fantastic players like Kamavic and Chouameni in game are very athletic, so they can play these defensive mid roles well. But irregardless, I cannot believe that that worked. I'm really curious here. Let's move into the match. Like, we actually, I mean, it was fairly even shots wise, but we did have higher XG and more possession, which is what I was looking for. But let's look at the analytical data and let's see how this actually worked in practice. And I'm most curious to see what we looked at. So if we go, let's just go Madrid here. I'm curious to see the average positions of the players. This is what I'm most curious about. So average position with the ball and without the ball. So this was our average position with the ball. And sure enough, I mean, we're kind of seeing at the very least a 2-2-1-5 formation here. I mean, this is the 2-2-6 in possession. We can see here two center backs. We can see here our two defensive mids, and then we kind of have our front six. But I like the way that this kind of looks because we can see here Bellingham isn't too high up. He's dropping in, which keeps these three players connected. And then we see the deep lying forwards not being so far up, like they're not quite even with Mbappe. So I think that helped us out in possession. I actually think that worked pretty well. But I think this is the important one here. So this is our average possession without the ball. And you can see here, our changes work. So this is Fede Valverde. Without the ball, he's in line with our defensive mids. And look at how far back Bellingham is without the ball. So that man marking role really worked. It didn't really work with Vinicius Jr. And I think maybe that's one because of his player traits. Like Valverde has much different player traits, and two, Valverde was a winger while Vinicius Jr. was an inside forward. So I wonder if those things made a difference. Like, because otherwise he might be back somewhere around here. But you can see here with Bellingham and Valverde, that worked fantastically well. I wonder if we overlay Barcelona here and we look at their average position with the ball. Like you can see here, this is Ansu Fati, who is playing all the way up here. And that is much closer to Valverde's position. Also, why was he must have only been on for a few minutes. That's weird seeing his average position so high up. Somehow, it only took us 3 matches to win with a 2-2-6 formation, or as close to a 2-2-6 as we can get in Football Manager. So if you'd like to see me try this tactic out for a season, let me know. We could totally try this out for a season. And then the other option here is we can try to win with the 1-1-8 formation. So in that first ever match, Scotland played a 2-2-6, and I chose that because I thought we had a better chance of winning. But England played a 1-1-8 formation. So if you'd like to see me play until we win with the 1-1-8 formation, I'm sure that's going to take a lot longer than this. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.